Hey everyone, this is Samlock24, and before we go any further, I want to remind you to keep your phone vertical and click that full screen icon on the bottom right. Now, for those of you that are wondering where I'm at with farming Bakura, let me just go ahead and show you right quick. And throughout this past 2 days, there's just been a ton that's been going on. They added a ton of new cards, and I haven't had a chance to talk about it, so we're gonna do that today. So this is what I have. I have 3 Archfiend Empress, 3 Puppet Masters. I think I had this before, and then I actually had like 10 or 12 of these, and throughout my farming I've been getting nothing but this guys, and I don't know why. And I guess it's free SR. I already had I think 1, and I got 2 now. Trance Archfiends, 3 white magical hats. I haven't gotten anyone from this current event, and then 4 of everything else. And I actually need 1 more Fiend Griffin, and I might just buy it from the card trader. Now let's go to the new cards with the card trader. They actually updated it, and they added a really good card, and I think it's one of my favorite cards that they added to the card trader. And it's NSR. It's Mausoleum of the Emperor. This card is actually extremely good, especially if you're running a lot of tributes. It does cost a lot of life points as well, and that matters because we only start out with 4,000, but we do have berries, so it kind of fixes that problem. But if you don't know what it does, it says during any main phase, the turn player can pay 1,000 life points times the number of monsters normally needed for the tribute summon of a monster, max 2,000. That player normal summons or sets that monster without tributing. This is their 1 normal summon set for that turn. This is not a tribute summon. So, and in the actual game, like in real life, the deck that uses this card is it's a Vanity's Fiend anti-meta deck. So, if you're looking forward to whenever Vanity's Fiends get released, I highly recommend that you pick up at least 2, but ideally you want to get 3 of them. And you can use it with for other tribute decks. And I think I do have a deck in mind that I want to build, and I already picked up 1 of them that came up this morning. So I might be trying to get another 2 so I can go ahead and try that deck out. The next one is Magna-Slash Dragon, and this card it's alright, and it's not that great. It's a single tribute, and it is a dragon, so that's good, I guess. And what it does is you can send 1 face-up continuous spell card you control to the graveyard to destroy 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls. So I'm not really sure how you'd be using this. Maybe a Banner of Courage, or it's continuous, so you can't use any equip cards. What else do we have that's a continuous spell? I'm not really sure, but it's alright for what it is. The next one's Hazy Flame Sphynx, and on this one it says your opponent cannot target this card with card effects, which is really good. However, it's a 1 tribute monster, but it can be targeted by card effects, which is really it's good. The only thing that's not good about this is the attack, which is 19. And now we're getting a lot of monsters that are at least 18, and I'm pretty sure in the next box we're gonna get maybe Goblin Attack Force or something that's gonna be over 2,000. And then it says you can declare 1 card type: monster, spell, or trap. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Then if it was a declared type, you can special summon 1 fire monster from your hand or graveyard. You can only use this effect of Hazy Flame Sphynx once per turn. In the real game, this really didn't go off anywhere. The deck was decent, but it never really did anything. But on this one, I think it does have some potential. I don't know how good it would be, but it does have that potential to be decent. The next card is a Psychokinesis, and this is a replacement for Twister or a D-Spell for Psychics. However, it does cost 1,000. And what it does is, if you control a Psychic type monster, target 1 card on the field, destroy it, and if you do, take 1,000 damage. Alright, so basically it's kind of like a Michizuru and a Twister or D-Spell combined, and you can just destroy 1 card on the field. However, you do have to pay that 1,000 life points. And this card in the real game, it wasn't really used much, but in this game I think it will see some play, because there's not that many cards out there that can destroy a card on the field. So you might want to pick up a couple copies of it. maybe in a psychic deck it might do some work. Now the other thing that they added, and I think for me personally, I'm gonna be skipping. It's seeing they fixed an issue regarding the Hazy Flame Sphynx. Oh, and they also gave out 200 gems, and I actually already used them. So if you haven't signed in, I highly suggest that you sign in and claim those 200 gems. Alright, so for the next one, they added actually 2 structure decks. And overall, the structure decks, I think I'm gonna go ahead and skip them. I don't really see much like anything good in it, unless you're trying to build a Spellcaster or a Dragon deck. And this thing, one tribute 26 attack, it's decent. The only thing is that it's a normal monster, doesn't really do anything, so there's better tributes out there. You can go ahead and give it a try and see how it works, but for me, I think I must skip it. Next, a man with Drought. When you normal summon this card and during each of your standby phase, select one set card on the field, on your opponent's side of the field, pick it up and look at it, then return it to its original position. It's a 16 attack, it's decent, and it gives you kind of like a mind scan ability for one card, which information's always really good. And if you're playing a Spellcaster deck, I think it's decent. It's not great. There's other cards you can play that are better than this. The fact they're giving us 3 new the Magic Swordsman is really good. It's kind of, in my opinion, they should have given us this to begin with, because they gave Rex Raptor all 19 attack beaters with a field spell, and they didn't give Spellcasters that. So I think it was a long time coming, and I think it's for the best that we can have 3 of them now. The other one was Magical Undertaker, and I think this is the best card out of all of them that are in this structure decks. And what it does is flip. When you flip it, you can target one level 4 lower Spellcaster type monster on your graveyard and special summon that target. So I do see this card being really, really good, and it has a ton of potential. And I think if you play it right, you can abuse its effect. And we'll see what happens with it. But I do think that this is one of the cards that does have a ton of potential. The spell cards, they're not. I mean, they're okay. They're not really great. If you're trying to get rid of a monster, you might be able to use Spell Wall. But other than that, I don't see it being that useful. Or, I mean, it could be useful depending on the type of situation that you're on. I think this would have been better as a quick play spell card. And what it does is, whenever you activate it, your opponent doesn't take any more damage after that. And during this turn, no summon of a Spellcaster type monster can be negated, which we really don't have any type of card right now that can negate summons, I don't think. And when a Spellcaster type monster is summoned, your opponent cannot activate cards or effects. Okay. And then the other one is target one Spellcaster type monster you control, and if it attacks this turn, your opponent cannot activate the cards or effects until the end of the damage step. So it basically locks down your opponent, but they don't take any damage, which is, I guess it's fine. The next one, Book of Secret Eyes, is just an equip card. Don't really like equip cards. Destructive Draw. I think there was a deck that abused this card, and it was played in 3s, I think. I'm not sure if I remember that correctly, but this one could be abused, and there's a lot of ways you can play around it. And if you don't know what it does, it's if either player has no cards in their hand at the start of their draw phase, they can draw one more card in addition to their normal draw. This card controller loses 700 life points during their end phase. If less than 700, they become 0 instead, so you will lose the game automatically. When this face-up card is removed from the field, inflict 3,000 damage to the player who controlled it. So maybe with Teya's skill, you might be able to give it to your opponent and then activate it, but I'm pretty sure there's a way to abuse this card. The next one, Soul Rope. I think this card is decent. The only thing that I don't like is that it has to be destroyed by a card effect. And there's not, I think there's Michizure, and there's, what else is there? I think that Telekinesis is out of the card trader. And what it does is when a monster you control is destroyed by a card effect and sent to the graveyard, except during the damage step, pay 1,000 life points, special summon one level 4 monster from your deck. You can also use it with a 2-pronged attack and do a little combo with it. Maybe if you do it with a, Baby Dino, you might have something there. but I think that's gonna be like way too many cards for just these a decent little combo. Ready for Interception, Rope of Life. I think we're gonna be seeing a lot of. When a monster is destroyed by battle and sent to your graveyard, discard your entire hand, minimum one, then target one of those monsters. Special summon it, and if you do, gains 800 attack. I think you're gonna be seeing this card in handless balanced decks, and I think that's the one of the only decks that's gonna be playing it. But do expect to see a lot of this card. The Looser Gentleman, just a 1500 attack spellcaster. Alright, so that's the Spellcaster deck, and then the next one is the Dragon deck. And I think that whenever the game launched, they should have just launched with this deck. So I don't know why it took so long for us to get it. It's almost been, I think it's half a year now since Duel has been out. And Felgrand, it's a decent dragon. Cannot be special summoned except from the graveyard, and only if it was sent there from the field. So you do have to tribute for it. And only if it was sent there from the field. If this card is special summon, target one monster in your graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the monster's level times 200. So it's decent. You still have to tribute for it, and then it's kind of, you'll have to special summon it from the graveyard to gain its effect. So overall, just use a Blue Eyes. There's a lot of cards that you can combo off with the Blue Eyes. So I'm not a huge fan of that card. Dragonic Dragon of New, I think, does have a lot of potential. And you could use its effect to kind of combo off with Elephant Tusk and get some free advantage. And what the effect does is, once per turn during either player's turn, when this face-up card on the field is targeted by a spell card, trap card, or card effect, again, 2-prong attack, maybe Telekinesis, what else? Adhesive Trap Hole, maybe. You can special summon one Dragon-type normal monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard, and make its attack and defense 0. So again, the monster, you won't be really using it for attack or anything, but I think you can use it with Elephant Tusk. I might be trying something with it if I do decide to get the decks later on, but for now I think I'm gonna skip him, or I might get him out. I don't know, it just depends. This is actually a decent card. It replaces Yomi Ship, and it makes it to where you can be a little bit more aggressive than with Yomi Ship. Because whenever you do attack, you don't take damage. And what this card does is, if this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, destroy the monster that destroyed it. Neither player takes any battle damage from the attack involving this attacking card. So it's a better Yomi Ship, and it's a level 3 dragon, so you can combo it off with that Fire Dragon that Mokuba had. So you might be seeing some decks that revolve around this dragon and that other dragon. I don't remember what the name of it was off the top of my head, but I'm pretty sure you know what I'm talking about. Wattail Dragon, just a level 6 single tribute, hit 25, and I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about. It's just like it's a summon skull for dragons. I think this is one of the better cards in the deck also, and again, I'm just sounding like a broken record. So it should have came out earlier in the game, so Kaiba could have competed with Rex Raptor to make the 19 with the field spell. Just a normal dragon, level 3, combos off with that Fire Dragon again that Mokuba had. So it's a really good card if you're playing dragons. Advanced Zones, they're decent, and if you play a lot of tribute summons, I mean, you can make use of them whenever you tribute 1 or more. You destroy 1 set card that your opponent controls. If you tribute 2, you can draw 1 card, and if you tribute 3 or more, you can add 1 monster from your graveyard to your hand. So it's decent. The next one is Advanced Force. You can tribute 1 level 5 or higher monster to tribute summon a level 7 or higher monster. Again, I think this would be kind of a waste in a deck. Maybe, I don't know, there could be some maybe some combos they can use with it, but overall it's not that great. Tyrant Wing, target 1 dragon type monster on the field, equip this card to it, it gains 400 attack and defense. Also, it can make up to 2 attacks on your monster during each battle phase. Once per turn during the end phase, if a monster equipped with this card by this effect attacked an opponent's monster this turn, destroy this card. So this is actually a decent card. I can see some maybe some I guess a Tyrant, not a Tyrant Dragon, but a Blue Eyes attacking with it twice, or another, maybe a Red Eyes. So that's a decent little buff card or equip card. Dragon's Rebirth, target one dragon type monster you control, banish that target, and if you do, special summon one dragon type monster from your hand or graveyard. So basically, what is it? Was it symbols of? No, it wasn't symbols. It's that card with the tags on it that can reborn a monster by triggering a normal monster, but this is just the same thing for dragons. And then just a standard 15 attack Kuomori Dragon. I think they changed the name of this. I can't remember if it was named something else. Kuomori Dragon. Yeah, I think they did. I don't remember that being the name of it. Also for tribute one of your monsters and you gain that attack as the monster's attack as a life point. That's not that great. So that was it for the structure decks. And overall, I think if you really want to buy a deck, it just really depends on what you're doing. I'm not gonna tell you buy this deck or the other. I'm pretty sure all of you can make your own judgment as to what it is that you like to play or what it is that you're looking for in the game. For myself, I think I would maybe get the Spellcaster deck for the Ropes of Life. Was it the Spellcaster deck that had it? I think that's a really good card. Like overall, that you can just put in any deck, and maybe the other one where it says, what is it? Yeah, I think the Spellcaster deck had the better of the two. It is the better of the two cards, or in my opinion, because a lot of you are gonna disagree with that, and maybe say that the Dragon deck was better. But this card is really good, Rope of Life, and what is it? Soul Rope could be really good as also. And this card has a lot of potential. And spell-wise, it's decent. But I mean, overall, it's really your decision to make. If I were you or whatever, I just wouldn't, I guess, take anyone or just let anyone tell me what to do. I guess it's just how I am. But just get the decks that you want to play. That's really all I gotta say. I myself, I would get the Spellcaster deck just because of the Rope of Life and that other trap card. But I think that's gonna be it for today. There's really nothing else that's going on other than that. Oh, and one more thing, they added a reward system for PvP, and I played a couple games. I think I played like 3 or 4 today. I haven't really played that much, and this is actually really cool that they added this. It gives you like a better reason to play rank, because before all you really got was like 50 gems, and now you can get these little tickets that you can exchange for cards, which is I mean, I think it's a good idea. And depending on your victories, you can go ahead and get different things. And I'm not sure if they have to be like consecutive wins. Like I said, I haven't played much. It's just cumulative rewards. And there was some cards that they added too. I think I saw that earlier. Let me see if I can find them. Where is it at? But they did add some cards that you can get from playing rank. They weren't all that great, but some of them were decent. Card trader inventory, guarding regarding cheating the Doshin, Duel's update campaign underway. You do get those mats and sleeves if you play rank also. Alright, so maybe we'll leave the other cards for tomorrow, because this video is getting super long, and I'm pretty sure I'm most likely boring you guys. So that's gonna be it for today. If you're enjoying my videos, I do highly suggest that you do subscribe. If you like this particular video, I would really appreciate if you leave a like. And if you didn't like it at all, just go ahead and leave a dislike and let me know why it is that you're disliking it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.